Hey guys, what's up? Mike here with probably my last video tonight. I'm probably gonna be reviewing. Oh, well, I am gonna be reviewing Wolverine the X-Men number 8, and what I probably consider the worst issue of Wolverine the X-Men to date. I mean, it's only issue 8, but it's probably the worst issue of Wolverine the X-Men. Um, in all honesty, the artwork is by Chris Bachalo. And that sort of helps the issue. Chris Bachalo artwork is great with Wolverine and X-Men. Just his artwork in general is pretty awesome. Um, Interesting artwork with Wolverine in a wheelchair, dead students all around him. But this issue, just in general, is it takes away what Wolverine the X Men is and what makes it good, which is the students. It's the students that make it's the veterans and the teachers interacting with the students who make the issue so good, and they take away from that. So the issue starts off with Sabretooth. He's hanging. He's talking. I don't know how he's back to life. He came back to life somehow. And he's training actually the Hellfire Club leader, the Black King, and you see you see to beat Wolverine, to beat the X Men, you have to attack their heart. Um, so you see Wolverine, and in the last issue you found out Wolverine's legs are broken, and Beast explains what happened. You know, it's not that the aliens who shot his legs with the beam, it actually weakened the the atomic structure of the adamantium, and that's why they broke, and now they rehardened. So the only way to fix it, either to get Magneto, which Wolverine refuses to do, or to get another ray, and Beast had one, but the BAMS broke it, so he's gonna go find one to use to help Wolverine. Um, and then you see a time skip about 30 minutes, and you see Beast like in a space station like freaking out attacking someone. And then you move back to the Hellfire Club, and you see that the Hellfire Club, the leader, thinks that the key to defeating Wolverine and the X Men or no, the Jean Grey School is Beast. He is the heart. He is the key. So you see, Beast actually head off into space, and um, he's gonna be back, and you see, Sabretooth about to head into um, Sabretooth is gonna head into space because to attack Beast, he has to attack Beast's known affiliations. So you see Beast in space, and he's going to Sword. What is Sword? It's Shield defends the Earth. Sword uh, does protects the Earth aggressively against alien attacks. So they have a space station, and any alien or foreign attacks on the Earth, they sort of preemptively strike against them. Does it work? Never. So Beast actually has a girlfriend on Sword, Abigail Brand, the commander of Sword. When he gets into space, he sees Sabretooth have Abigail in space. He's killed a ton of agents, and Beast is sort of, can't really do anything. So you then see Wolverine and the X-Men back to the school, and you see Archangel, and he's heading back in. He and students are going somewhere. They don't really know, but Quinn Choir sort of leading them, and Angel sort of has God is speaking to him sort of mentality. Then then Wolverine shows up to his class, and it's empty, completely empty. And because he's in a wheelchair, he's sort of wheeling around. He really is doesn't do that. You then see back into the space station, and Beast and Sabretooth are going at it. And Sabretooth is sort of egging Beast on, killing girls is sort of my thing because he kills a lot of girlfriends, Wolverine's girlfriends. So you see the students, they're heading into space, and Queen Choir is directing them. Um, and you find out that Angel tried to heal Wolverine by lifting him into the sky, dropping him, and thinking his legs would be healed, but it didn't work. And Wolverine's like, you're not a miracle, you're a mutant. You have to accept that. And Angel refuses to because Archangel is a different person. He's not Warren Worthington anymore. He's whoever the seed that, if you read X-Force, when Psylocke stabbed him with the World Seed, it created a new personality. So he's that person. He's no longer Warren Worthington. And then you see Beast and Sabretooth fighting, and Sabretooth tells him, that you're strong, you're better than Wolverine, you're a hell of a lot smarter, and you're more of a beast. You're more of an animal. If you fought, if you let yourself go, you could take him down. If you let your inner animal out, you know, but he has too much heart, and Beast, but Sabretooth slashes Beast and wounds him a lot, pretty deeply. And then you see Beast bleed out. He started bleeding out, and he's going to go kill Abigail, and Beast can't really do anything because all the space suits are broken. You then go see the casino that Wolverine and Quentin or Kid Omega were at, and you see the kids just the wrecking face. They're just blowing crap up. They're beating up everyone. Kid Gladiator is super you know just whooping ass. And then you see Genesis and some of the aliens insult him and Kansas, and he freaks out and he blasts them with his because Genesis has like every power apparently. He can shoot laser beams. And you see Archangel fighting, and him and Archangel sort of have a bond. They bond, and they decide that they're gonna be friends and they're gonna find their path together, which is a little unsettling because Genesis is actually Apocalypse, and Archangel was Apocalypse's you know horseman. So this is sort of like a precursor about what could happen in the future. If Evan, aka Genesis, becomes Apocalypse, if he becomes what who he needs to clone from, and you have Warren who could become who could return as Archangel. The Horseman of Death. Um, so you then see Abigail about to die. Sabretooth's gonna kill her, and Beast decides to man up, and he's gonna do the impossible. Um, he's gonna do something. He jumps out the space station like a boss, and slashes Sabretooth and sort of shoots him with a laser gun, and slashes him and gets back into the station. And Abigail manages to shoot Sabretooth, and Sabretooth is falling, and he's in space just free falling. You then see the kids return to the school, and Wolverine's like, you guys had detention forever, and um, he brings back the transmutation ray, and he's like, I don't want you to believe in miracles. I want you to believe in me, um, and in the students. So you see the students, Beast is bleeding out on the space station, and you go to the Hellfire Club, and you see them. The key isn't um the key isn't Beast. They think they're wrong, and one of them's like he owns a couple of establishments on Planet Sin, where the casino is, and he says the heart of the school is the students, and that's gonna be their target, and that's what the issue ends. Um, Overall, probably I think, in my opinion, the worst or the weakest issue of Wolverine X-Men so far. It really focuses more on Beast than on the students, and that's where it goes wrong. I think the key of Wolverine and the X-Men is the fact that it's the students should be the center of it, and it's the interaction of the teachers with the students. Like for example, in the last arc, it was Wolverine, him, and Kid Omega were in the casino. It was them interacting, and you had Kitty, who is under siege by the Brood, but Broodling is sort of center, so is Kid Gladiator sort of doing stuff. So when you leave the focus of when you leave the students and focus more on like the teachers and stuff, I don't think that's not why that changes up the formula of what made this book good. It's the students that the interest that we have in seeing the school, and because they focus on Beast, because they focus so much on this other story, I feel like they made a mistake, or not made a mistake. That the book is not as strong as it could be. Like if they focus more on the kids in space fighting in this casino, fighting off everyone, and had Beast as a side story instead of the other way around, this book would have been a lot better. But because they focused more so much on Beast and Sabretooth and the Hellfire Club instead of the students, which I'm pretty like in all honesty I'm more interested in, it was a lot weaker. But the story had a lot of interesting points, especially what I feel is Genesis and Archangel having this heart to heart, becoming friends, becoming allies. They're gonna find out who they are and what they're gonna be in the future because their destinies are so tied together. Like, you know, more and more thinking Archangel, or Angel was a horseman, then he came back to Angel, and he had the ability to transform between, his normal state and then his Archangel state. And then he was taken over by his Archangel personality, and he decided to become the next apocalypse, and start and to do his thing. Sort of make his mark on the world and reign over the earth. And then his lover, his girlfriend had to kill him. And it's a little heartbreaking, but it's a little precursor about what can happen if Genesis becomes Apocalypse, if his destiny is, if nature is stronger than nurture. Um, so the story is a little weak, but it has some interesting points. Um, Avengers vs X Men started, as I said. So in the next issue, I think is going to be more focused on the Avengers vs X Men issue. Um, but art, Chris Bachalo does a great job of the artwork. His Sabretooth looks a little weird. He's not as feral as most people draw Sabretooth. Sabretooth's a little hairy, big, bulky, but so his art is extremely well, great. It looks great. He draws Genesis in an interesting way. He's very thin, very lanky. Um, but he has this. But regardless of what he looks like, he has this inner power that's pretty much it, which is like unstoppable. So he does a great job on the artwork. Chris Bacala has a great art. It works really well with this type of book, and just in general, he has a great art style, and it works really well. I would love to see him on the books. Um, but in honesty, this book is pretty weak. I'm gonna be giving it. I don't like giving books a terrible rating because it's a good book. You should read it, but it's not as strong as it could have been. So I'm gonna be giving it like a. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. It's okay. It's not great. It could have been great, but it's whatever. It's meh. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter. Check out my other videos. You know how it is. Thanks for watching.